Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Martin with Belvoir Auto Spa. Weather is finally cooperating now. It's dry, not raining. It is cold though. Cold for Texas anyways. So today we're going to be reviewing Optimum's relatively new Touchless Decon wash. Now this stuff says you can use it as a decon wash, you can use it as a touchless wash, you can use it as a pre-wash. It does say to rinse your hands off after using it, but hopefully I'm going to see how this stacks up to the likes of, Chemex, Wash Chems, things like that. For touchless is mainly what I'm interested in it for. So we can look at the label. Really nice label, by the way. I like how they design their labels. I got the directions on here. You got directions for a touchless wash and a decon wash. So 4 ounces to 32, so that's 4 ounces to a foam cannon, basically. Excuse me. I've got half a foam cannon, so I'll put in 2 ounces. Can pause that if you want to read all that. But it says here, touchless, foaming pre-wash, heavy-duty decon wash, and a pH-neutral formula, which is interesting. So we've got a neutral pH out of this, somehow, which I'll grab my pH tester and we'll test it. Somehow we got a neutral pH or something that's heavy-duty. And so, again, we're going to try it as a touchless wash. We're going to try it on the back of the car and on the wheels. I don't expect touchless washes to ever fully work on wheels. I just want to see how well it works. But we're going to see how it works in the paint. If it is touchless, it should get the paint clean. We're going to be using a pressure wash for this, foam cannon, blah, blah, blah. You got your dilution ratios down here, which those aren't ratios, those are measurements. Anyways, it is simple enough anyways. 32 ounces is about the size of a full foam cannon. So, let me grab a little test cup, and I'll put some water and soap in this, and we'll test the pH level. Alright, so I have my pH tester here. I rinsed it off. Got a cup of water, clean cup of water. So we'll turn it on. First we'll see what pH we're getting from the water. About a 9. So the water is balanced, a little on the alkaline side. And by the way, I ordered this from Detailed Image, and they taped the caps. Props to you guys, Detailed Image, for this. Make sure nothing leaks. That is always seen as a big positive for any company that ships products. So granted, this isn't an exact measurement. We're just going to put a splash in here. We're going to see the pH levels like. I'm going to open it first, of course. This is a thicker formula. Mix that up. Alright, stick the pH tester back in. And it brought the pH down, 8.6. So it's not dead neutral at 7, but it is, in that neutral balance zone. And granted, this isn't the exact measurement, so it's not high alkaline. It didn't jump up to like 10 or 11, and it didn't jump down, so it's not acid. So yeah, I would say it's a pH neutral / balanced formula. So good on that. So next, let's get into the foam cannon and see how it is. So this is just a regular foam cannon off Amazon. It costs like, I don't know, $20. Pour the rest of that in there too. That did add a little bit more. So we're going to do 2.5 ounces. So we've got a little more than half the foam cannon here. We'll do 2 1/3 ounces. These are little 1 ounce measuring cups. Not a fan of the thicker soaps, but I know sometimes it can't be avoided for concentrations depending on the formula. But yeah. As you see, trying to pour them, it can easily get messy. Shake it it up to mix it. And there we go. We've got our touchless formula ready to go. Still get it on the car. And actually I did notice, you may have noticed, there's still some soap in the bottom that hasn't quite mixed in yet. Again, that's what I don't like about the thicker soaps. Harder to mix it in. There we go. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, so my car hasn't been washed in a few weeks, as you can see. Well, it's been raining a lot, so it is plenty dirty. I know certain touchless washes can get it clean. I've showed that on video plenty of times. So we're going to do this back piece, half of it anyways. Then we're going to do this wheel. We're going to see how this stuff works. Now this does say to rinse, so we're going to rinse first. Most touchless washes don't have you do that, but this one, that's what the instructions say, so we're going to follow it. And no rinsing does not, pressure washing, just water does not get stuff clean. It's been covered tons of times. The car is definitely not clean. You can see, still dirty. Let's get the touchless wash and we'll get it on half here and see how it works. I got the foam cannon all the way to max, so we're going to see how the foam is and we're going to see how this works. We'll let it dwell for a few minutes as well. Alright, so the foam quality is really good, so that's a plus. I didn't really know what I expected, but yeah, definitely good foam. So I'm going to let that dwell for a couple minutes until most of it starts to fall off, and then we'll come back and we will pressure wash it away and see our results. Alright, it's been a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and, again, we're not rinsing with touchless washing, you are power washing, because you need to hit every square inch of your vehicle with the jet stream of water. Anywhere you miss is not going to get cleaned. It's not like rinsing soap off where you just need the water, you know, to drip over it. You actually need the pressure washer jet to hit it for it to clean. Alright, I'm going to grab my leaf blower, dry it off, and we will see our results. You can already tell the license plate is not completely clean. It's still got that finger swipe on it. So I don't think this stuff is going to be truly touchless. Okay, and this is a ceramic coated car, but yeah, definitely did not do a touchless wash job. Still dirty. So I'm not going to call, I mean, it can touchless wash probably if your car is dusty. If you've been driving through the rain, that ain't taking it off. Let's get over to the wheel, because I said I was going to do the wheel too. So you guys can see how it is as a pre-wash for wheels. So you can see these wheels are filthy. See that? They are disgustingly dirty. So we're going to rinse them off like it says to, foam it, and then we will see how well it does on wheels. These wheels are protected as well. They were ceramic coated a couple years ago. That coating's pretty much dead though. You can see the beading. I do use Carpro Hydro 2 on it every time I wash the wheels when I do a thorough wash. But anyways, let's get it foamed on. Alright, we'll let that dwell for a little bit, and we'll come back and see how it does. Alright, most of the soap is dripped off. Now, I'm not really seeing any dirt and anything in the runoff. Not that I would like I do with stronger touchless soaps, but let's see how this looks when we rinse it. Alright, grab the leaf blower and blow it off. Alright, so that's what you can expect on the wheels. Again, we've established it is not a true touchless. It's only going to work for light dust and dirt. But it does remove a lot of the heavy stuff off your wheels for when you come back and clean it. So just to compare, see the dried areas, it is still a little, it's got a film on it definitely. If we come over to a wheel that's untouched, there is a good difference between the cleanliness of this untouched, very dirty wheel and this pre-foamed wheel. So not bad, not bad. Anyways, let's go back to the table for the final thoughts. Alright, so Optimum Touchless Decon Wash. When it comes to the touchless, it's not really a touchless. It is definitely more of a pre-wash, pre-foam type of product. And in that category, it's not the strongest I've seen. It's not weak, but it's not the strongest I've seen, but it'll do all right if you're in the Optimum family of products. And also, I'm sure it works fine as a decon wash. I don't have a way to scientifically test that I know enough about. But it does, if you used a wash mitt and washed, everything would come clean. There's no doubt about that. But I wanted to test the touchless of it, since that's the biggest word on here, touchless. And it's not really touchless, or I guess it's, Optimum did create ONR. Rinseless, what they say, not rinseless, like not no rinsing, but rinse less. So touch less, maybe they're just saying, hey, you don't have to touch your car with as many times or with as much force, or something like that. So if that's where they're going for, great. I honestly don't know, but yeah. As far as other touchless washes go, Chemex Stars and Stripes two-step wash is the best I've tried so far. There's another Chemex product back here that I have not tried yet that I'm going to. But I imagine that's closer to WashChem's Pro 50, which is also touchless, but really high alkaline. It'll damage aluminum, and it can mess up your paint if you aren't careful, meaning if you let it dry on there. This is a pH neutral formula. It's safe, and that's important to people. So If you want to, you know, a formula that's safe on all surfaces, there you go. Not aggressive at all. I don't think it's going to mess anything up, damage anything. Not that I'm going to test it, but I'm sure if it dried out and you put some water back on it to activate it, it would come right off without damaging your paint. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this one. So here it is. There'll be a link to the description below, as well as all the equipment I use to wash the car. There's also, if you want to get this from Detailed Image, I've got a 10% off discount code. That's going to be down in the description below as well. So be sure to check that out. Join my Facebook community if you haven't already. Subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. I appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next video. Keep them clean. Have a good one.